This is now that is the blue and green deployment. So in this blue and green deployment, there will be two pods. Blue one is the old pod where the traffic is currently present. Green is the new pod where the traffic needs to be routed out. So what we'll do is we will spin up two environments, blue and green. We will test entire thing onto the green internally, and once everything is working fine onto the green environment, then we'll route the traffic from pod blue to green, and we'll make sure that the traffic is like we can say the traffic is routed to the green pod. And once everything is good onto the green pod, we are able to see no errors like 5xx errors or 4xx errors. Then we can downscale the blue pod. So that way our green pod becomes the active one. So advantages of this deployment is zero time downtime, faster rollback, and safe releases. Zero downtime, as in we are just routing the traffic from blue pod to the green pod. So there will be zero downtime, faster rollbacks. If in case if anything fails right onto the green pod, then we'll just route the traffic back to the blue pod. So that way we make sure that the faster rollbacks are placed, and that is nothing but safe releases. What is a canary deployment? So canary deployment, it is a release strategy where a new version is rolled out to specific percent of users. So like we'll release the like the feature of like you can say product to 5% of users first, then we'll gradually increase it to 25%, 50% or 100% depending upon the failure rate, depending upon if there are any errors into the Firebase or there are errors into Datalog or New Relic. So depending on that we will do it. So the advantages is the real production issues can be caught early. So if you roll down specific users right to 5% users, so we'll get a feedback early as possible, and we'll likely fix the we'll roll out a hotfix as soon as possible once we get the issues early. And if the feature is impacting the business revenue, so suppose if you are releasing a coupon to 100% users, right, it makes sense to roll it out to 5% users first, because the impact for 5% versus the 100% will be less. So that is why this canary type of deployment is useful. Rolling restart or rolling deployments. So in this right, there are like multiple instances of our machines right over there. So we'll update, like suppose 4 machines are there. So we'll update the machines one by one without stopping the service. So we'll update the so for now in this example, right, we have master version 10 deployed on 4 pods. So we'll pick one pod, we'll deploy the version 11, we'll make it up, we'll check the health check. If it is working fine, then we'll go to a second pod, third pod, and fourth pod. So like this we will do a rolling restart. Advantage is that no extra environment is delayed like the green and blue which was earlier. So this is also one of the deployment strategy. Now deployment via feature flag. So this is mostly typically used in every company, and we should use it. Shipping the code to production and keeping it behind the flag. So if the flag is set, you can see the code. So there was an interview question which was asked earlier, ki if I want to roll out the code to internal users only in production, how will you do that? So we'll deploy it behind the feature flag. So what we'll do, we'll have a feature flag into AWS, and that flag release toggle basically, and that once the specific conditions are met to that flag. So for internal users, so I work with Microsoft, right? So we'll have some regex over there. When the email ID ends with at Microsoft, then you can push the redirect that employee, redirect that users to use the new code. So by this way, we can use the feature flag while deployment. Both canary and rolling restart is supported in this type of feature for this feature flag. Advantages, it acts as a kill switch. Basically, if everything starts to fail into the production, right, we will just turn off the flag, so nothing more breaks, right? We'll just disable the FFs, no BS, no bullshit over there, right? So we'll do that. A/B experiment can be done as well, right? So A/B testing, as you know, you want to show prices like Zepto. What Zepto does is, or Uber. So it will display one prices to like Android users, and then it will display some other prices to the iOS users, right? So that way we can also do this A/B experiments by using this feature flag. Yeah, now the next question is, how will you test the front end without deploying on any environment? So there was a situation which was given to me in one of the interviews, right? So you don't have, like you are working, the developer is working onto the environments, there are fixed environments, and the code like they are working, and you need to check the front end. The front end, the back end, right? Basically, it is deployed to production environment, And on the production environment, backward compatibility test, everything test data is created over there. Okay. So now how will you test the code? So basically I told that I will spin up the front end. I will just clone the repository of the front end, start it on a local host, and make sure that the services, the front end is calling to the endpoints of the production. So that way we can just spin up a localhost and then we test like an actual prod environment onto the localhost. As localhost is faster, right? There are no network hops in between. So if you deploy an environment, then you will send a request. Then the request will be routed to ISP. Then it will go to the machine which is present in US location, and then we will get a call back. So there will be some delay over there, right? But in case of localhost, there is no delay because we are on the system. So that way we can spin up the localhost and then we can give it to the product managers to demo the feature to them. And basically what we will do is we will just create some data over there and we'll just fetch it. We will not create unnecessary, like you can say, raw data into the production environment, like you can say, we will not create any production data over there into the bad data. We will not create any data, we will just fetch it, because if the feature is new, if the feature will undergo some feedbacks later, right? So we will not do that. So we'll just spin up a localhost environment and share it. If we are on the same network, we will share that localhost instance, like localhost endpoint to the product manager, and then we can move away. So we can test the front end basically. So yeah, that's it for this video. If this helped you understand release engineering strategies better, don't forget to like the video, share it with your teammates and friends, and subscribe to the channel. This really helps the channel grow and allows me to bring more real world SDET and DevOps content for you. If you have any doubt, questions or topics you want me to cover, drop them next in the comments. I personally read every single one. Until then, keep learning, keep building, and keep testing smarter. See you in the next video. Bye.